was a more common from like a black media. I was not legal wife of one and then almost so giant jacket for party see Georgia. What's now a year that the lumber more Yerumino and some Misania was young. At him the dear mamma meno and have some kit one put. Or my car so what day a year ni 2 years you could on sim crofo. It would be to say, Mammy Akosua Serwaa and I feel so like a casino. A year Georgia what tissue and ye what the 2 years you could on pano. ACC no omopa ene impo se lawyer kusi epeso okasa kula na judge ebo modern epopu nani ade kire no entesa akasa bi o ma bonten emfa sebi ensamfo judgment we say emma metudwa ne no eno ma soja power no so a impo omo so omo ko appeal na appeal no omo ko akofa eye lawyer no free Germany and no modern babeka lawyers mienu e Ghana ha se hu a ene abusia sika omobobo ano no 50,000 US dollars and no modern kwakofa lawyer na o Germany no modern ba Ghana ha se we nsem bia ne omobofu wo ho pa o maka bebra mpese ka me kwaje nkyeremu no besisi e abuja baby a wo hwe me bia wo haw ne amane kwadan na bia da eda wo su bia no bomode se oni me bedi nkomo ye de samna nwanwaso bi aba e frene se sika kokko na gold samna wo haw bia da eda wo su bia wo hia sa samna we se bi afi wo ye bema wo hwe me wo bema sam wo kom bema ye ketwa rabaji bula matali eduro bi na wo bema enye kese watimi abo adwuma so ache e wo empem ye de akwankyere bi aba abuja no ye hwehwe wo hyebrim a ye frene se mpelifo akwankyere ana se wo betima frene back to sender onipa bi ha onipa bi tata wato bet e wo ho se wo se ne tibi obeku bomode so be fa numbers ne go screen ase na woni mi akasa me hwehwe o hyebere mu hwi a na bomode se me kire wo ne obeye
so 94 days she said the same thing say ye hia sika sei obobo. So
they say they should keep on updating us. Say sika na yenya $50,000 na ye pass. Say yenya say na aka. Say na aka wasi ye de soso. Oti say sana me patch say ye here 50 so abobo boss okay ye here $50,000. Say na yenya eda hono. Say na aka wasi ye de soso because me madika say this can be dada. But me nim di akosi. Oti say enti say me wo bi ma say me de soso it's like I'm sending it but I don't know say ebia ade
me even queen name akra no okasika o manya ti na make say woni ha na woni ha at the same time na
queen na me queen live so na the queen ejiji scanner phone na ye different from appeal no me like I think so I was on Queen's live and Jay shows saying no ejiji scan for ma brempoma but me I'm talking about the appeal me can ma brempoma sem Minka ma brempoma de no I'm talking about the appeal into what I'm suggesting is say and penny phone they should just sit down say okay here sika dodo say na here into sika no say 2 accounts and I said 3 accounts na ye just kaneguma and I say maybe foreign accounts be and ye just kanin in eguma when we keep on sending the money say when you $10,000 no ma catch you say you $10,000 say you pay 30,000 and I say per 40 so no ma catch you na still obi person send it become obi send it be account but say who so say obi an send it your pay and good number we so me medical send it be and should be am pursue me say me send it be account because me nim say okay ya reach your goal and I say you reach your goal and then me suggest na me suggest me say be like
no ya junipa I was here for me.
Okay, no, it's understandable. Matiwase pan so because unse anopesa uba hase ya ube notice say ma brempoma we na ye no. Meba out crab e kan sika here ba eni ahia aka. Se na be ya enu be ye go no. Nti asema wo ka no yate ye be ye hu adwuma. Why?
Yes, see na me sorry na me ba online. Yes.
Like
yeah, because me person me send be am count but me nim say sika na so ana say enso ye. What I say nti ye go na ye hu de be.
Say here aka 2000 I say na aka 2000.
We so have to I will say
30,000
donation be.
I don't know how
lawyer for me. And also so very important.
Yeah,
Very
maybe I may suggest here 2 extra lawyers, one in Ghana, one from Germany. And on a Queen say Germany, the so oba Ghana and Bobe. And on Queen's Live, Obi Simema $1,000, Obi Sobema €1,000, Obi Sobema 700. What's I say, a bassy the lawyer neighbor, Obi Seniska on send the ketwa. Because Andrea make us say, oh, person or chiman so yes, can you edit? Yes, can you edit man so? And a mamma some very so emotional.
Talk of a country called Ghana.
Mpacho say. Mpacho kasame huana.
They say not to talk of a country.
Yeah, this kanechi. And like mamma some very emotional. Like first na me person me ba online I be kasa bebe but me hu sa dey na the way I see kon you na was say dey hu jim say do mamma na. O ti ase me nya obi a me pe kasa bebe ya me ba even on TikTok, come on, many things I am about TikTok. Now I delete TikTok, but as somebody buy into the be I'm about TikTok and I'm live and I say I share. But somebody boy and I'm still know I have to, I was me knowledge kakwa, I was me day air day because in my be I am found to 2 years. Better after sena appeal so I buy the same thing again. International music as some my fan very very important because I'm first canning ma me. Ending kunim and they are very fact yan first can enra at some way more into here 2 extra lawyers and a lawyer na ye be fan Germany no me pa mo chomo membo modern yan fan Ghana some of them munya estimate say ye pesika dodo say sika because in kofo be bre akoma dia same way chin kofo be bre akoma edie Andrea I was talking to my mom and she was listening to she said the whole day that the lumba some no listening to the whole day that the lumba sem and or like otiesa otiase inti nkofo akoma edia same way echi inti no mo say as leaders no mo say na mo maye hu sika ye here for the whole thing no lawyers no appeal no ye fa lawyer 3 say ye dey and say ye be fa lawyer 3 e say sika dodo say na ye here me ye mo mboa ye inti etuadru baby a oh yenya say you say ye pedodo say nti obi asene kra obetimi asase ne biem so say ye be rechi e go nti me hwe mo asema mpese me kan no me da mase
That's it, that's it.
Well done.
Me pa sure na me say me business German lawyer obetimi be practicing in Ghana. Say because of
also international answer. On say always more international you can go to country and then.
It also your son you jumping
my thought on a new lawyer won't say more. Meaning that we are all trying our best, but won't say.
Elsie can say scan ohuna obetuemi Elsie mpacho adam scan ya da tunia say angel de no kwa de ejiji ya kan say sin wada ma ikwa na say san de appeal for benti so mo da ma se bi no bi mo ma contribute no etenti ya nya na cheso enti scan de ati say de kuso power tap de be ko so ahia bibu madam se bibu
himself.
Yeah.
I told you, Miss Serwaa will not send to me.
Ma catch up. I could don't put your mammy wife. Ma Queen also I Ma catch up so mufama cause me I can't see your message. Maka.
No, sir, in comfort in communal capacity settings, but in comfort the thing is yes, madam.
Also account private.
But the only thing is that if you just follow up, I hope you see that.
Okay.
But Akoto, Nashmil.
Yeah.
Akoto, but I find my Mrs. Serwaa, my pacho.
Godfather Pacho me dey mo.
and a friend is saying
Okay, Nashmil.
Scasem so say I say a blue account on it.
Oh, mama mi misa asem na mi fiso. Me pesa me send this bi e mama brempo ma de no so number na egu ho no.
Yeah. MTN.
MTN.
Nashmi na.
Dino.
Nashmi cosmetic.
Madam. Mo ya na mo sha mo life na me mpe no. Mo ya na mo didi na to so preku.
Eni e kwene ma me pa cho fa di ne tusro wai. Fifty bed 2 days in Makoda hospital. Mama Akosua hunti me da hospital no na yi me be fi.
manya eyipa enye easy. I'm telling you guys.
Let me name my dinner can see how I
Nti me ba no a nti no me pese me send eyi kakra ma bempoma de no. Na asama again ne kan no very very Queenema. Won't you show mama? That baby my father hospital 2 days.
Oh, facha me mami. My swear. Facha me.
Mama Akosua some ne ba out no. I was not myself. I nearly passed out because it was like a heartbreak. And no na me be fi me sremo. Asama again ne be kan no very important. Ye kra no ye ni bi kra na any 500,000 kra be ya support appeal no. Enti mo ma ye hu because ye de akoma ne ya dwen nyina na support sade no. Me nim sana mo jiji sika mama brempo my no me kasa nyina na me the hospital. I was watching you guys but I couldn't come on. I was in the hospital. I just came home yesterday evening. Into me send a sika mama brempo ma de no. I don't know because when I say me maso because of my health, you know, and I'm into me maso. I fear na my befi to say me was so. You know, me kase me ni ekoso ana me boa. Since I didn't see sa no, you know, I feel na me come back to myself. You know, na shi me mesrawo for dino. Eka ho na me send me DSC. I want to send some money to you guys. Why mesrawo? Why?
Yeah,
that's it. No see me.
Yeah, target akayen no. Aka just 2,770. Na yenya 30,000 na ye hwehwe amama brempoma no.
Okay.
Nti aka just 2,770 for this particular project.
Okay, who dey measure the meeting?
JGM, dey na wo church was here hono no. JGM, stop that. Stop doing that. Na ye na dey ba ko na ye. Stop that, JGM. Membesa.
Queen.
Asma girl name kanu ye nyina
yes sir.
Ti wo me tie.
Ah? Me comment section share their old church. Adai.
Dabi am say JGM no na me hu no parasenti sasika no lawyer de na ye oba de no. I'm saying no you know what
I feel the other Godfather I feel the
Godfather ye here sika wa ha dia fa lawyer wa hanum say
yes
German lawyer
Yampa
enti what is that
Emma so when you set we need the set be can be there
Omo $1 na dollar.
Here is Sasem
Nashmi kasa.
Okay, sorry, Nashmi, sorry.
But who say Crawford bisa was here say 2,770 na American is it dollars or cedis? Ne pacho cedis. $1.
Okay. Until what can you say yeah? People will contribute. Me crowd me de beba na be 1,000 something. Because me share they meet me the aba. Ote I say they me de beba no.
Say menya call bia. E was almost omo be ma me paper na say number bia e ahanu say ma mo direct. Na just say omo etuegu mo no lawyer there. Enti no say obi kana say bia jeje wo tro say e bia like me na me jeje na bibia say enye ne sa. Yeah,
JGM say Oba is taking money for the appeal. I don't know.
Again, appeal that the other
focus no be person was sending 2,770 to motion and
yes Pacho you focus on sikanansa na other side talks in the forget on God Pacho one of person sending 2,770
what's it? This is this. What's it?
Queen Pacho my English.
Let it go. Please let it go.
Pacho my high why just
Nash media na esa Pacho ye music channel. Let's
Akos babe. Let me say Akos babe na me say on God e Pacho sent you on no person send this as can in Pacho mun get it.
Me Pacho number na da ho no my omo say MTN any edian e beba
number na MTN and edian e beba ye Nashmi
Godfather
Nashmi
Godfather
Nashville Cosmetics.
Yeah, me person me bisa say oh any idea about this say obi Ghana na say the marriage certificate era. Or call officer I'm say issue different one amana.
Yeah.
Okay, now what of ABS
system slow. So what you say?
Okay.
Yeah, people want the idea to me, she idea to me, yeah, Bibia to me, you show to me fan. I know parents into a worry, I say no. Who did do you know a system anymore? So what you say? Into I say, I bet you is kakra. The normal share system now, I'm drafting new one now. So what you say? But what all details now? So what you say?
Now what of school certificate and so because maybe
school certificate yes school certificate so we call education service service Ministry of Education.
Yeah. Maybe Sasani say to say school certificate say my friend we know you or not the offered idea you keep an eye okay no man almost a certificate almost issue once into man or letter I try say yeah or you through a honum I don't know if I say mechanism be necessary or my extraction na bibisa
minimum be a me cousin here say 1,700 it was defaced okay no more work but no more training mu because you have to go to Ministry of Education or some or some or all these places at the end of the day no none in Saka
Godfather me patch on me 1 minute Mr.
Okay Matemi that's
Godfather Mr. Mami 1 minute my Doris was sending 1,702 cedis. It's me pamocho. I come 1,070 pe, Mr. Remo. 1,070 pe. Na
that's in Yamin Shraupa, Yamin Shrau. Then Yamin Soma won't taunt them. Why? Maybe on your free and Sunyamisha name so that at least the next time because in Toko with the end and any abro for the Juma any Omokun Tokani about Miss Baumis and a couple from Beba. By that time, then Yamis wash your own Shumi. Na listen so no eba obi to mabu nsuo kakra dia man ya da wase nyame nshira wo
me hu Dorinda Amponsan 1,702 cedis.
Yes.
Dorinda Amponsan pacho me hu. Yeah. Enti se na me kan no aka 1,070 cedis pe. Godfather fa send me na me nkama no ntum.
Yes,
Mrs. Fatman,
the best ma himself on Kasana, not the Okani, me pessimity pay him himself Kasa.
Okay, inti I will say David Smakanisia enche which if you cry out me say Juma because technology is advancing. Inti the whole judgment nearby no. Which me who errors are judges no or committee. Na no ukoma omo document bi o like a public document right into omo classify marriage as a public document letters be say man ade no and no be the court say wo obi wo
Godfather patron train obi so send this scan there wadam obi so send 2270 Nashmin patron Akosua baby 1 patron Godfather patron me why ti Nashmin this one ya call ba confirm ya mai Akosua ya me show why ba confirm ni ya get back to you
Akos baby nyame nshira pa why nyame nshira pa why at least no so no results ni ba anse ne yedi ye bia no ne besi bia no in time no ye beka wansem ama obi ehun se ya de kwa why you be very accountable to bibia Medamasi.
Hey, no, me pamocho me saka 2,270. This year, nipa no antro ni din. Whatever.
Yeah, Juma, network need them clear. Akos baby.
So keep on the day no why Akos baby.
Din pam ba antro ni din.
Akos baby.
Yeah. Enti me saka, enti Emma, Kwenema.
So, phone so.
Oh, okay. Enti me pa mo cho ye target no ye meet why. Am say balance cry beba beda so.
Yeah.
Madam was still bebre nyame nhyira mo bebre.
That's me. If I shall target next, sorry. I
Na
feel
2770 but say na target na ye 30,000.
30,000.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
but
That's
na
a see
balance
Where you for? Towards
770.
appeal, Nana say.
There be
And no, I did the end come on MCC.
Okay.
Come on,
eh koma abem koma or the
yeah.
papa
What's the one
movement.
kind of man can one
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
Eh
my
papa movement bi na ma afem koma de ye. It's
and
that
succeed
way
via and no dear
koma.
you back on one same why and succeed via
Papa
Ansaniaka.
Mucho, Godfather Pato Maya will be Kampacho, Sikaya, DJ Man, Nasia, Yamisha, and I were whom. Madaroma said the Gusuyan and Yenyan years, Yabasia Bamunche, be Massa, Betrays Cafophobium. To Madama, we nesi dear by to say the Asanta for Becan, Yadamasi, Bimbra, Bimti, yes, Sabo Maboanoa. Said the moon si maso ya hono. Na masa efie because ebia within short time ya besen aba. Ebia na ya national number ni bia na say different number. Nti e ba pam cho chire no. Sa akonta bi ni bibi o ha ebe chimba for now na ebe keep ne ma kakra because ne bibia na ebe tinya chimbet. Said the mo work ne ma mujidi amujina ne platforms na Nashmi ma sign no company bi aba because oya on point once is can be to ma so obesi abeka kra no. E ma ye gidi nti enkoso enya sa gidi na bibi foforɔ san ba a yɛnkɔ so an support be sika ne de yɛsrɛ mu yɛbɛsen abɛgye biem mpamkyɛ
Ba
no
koda akoto me pacho mabo ano why.
yɛda ase na
1,000 crab abeda so.
woyɛ so
Nti
active
na mewɔ kakra de sɔ so ne sɛ ti
Me pacho
sɛ
say
na
Godfather me pacho me ba. Akoto
no
say
wonder me too yɛ too active no wonder say tumi ma go active
it's me pacho kwinema. Me pacho who balance of 1,000 cedis wo me ho why. Enti me pacho we are from me back door ni ehu ni ayeye. Why?
okay.
That's
Nti
it.
ɛno no deɛ sɛ na akoto kaeɛ no accountability in there will be accountable but yɛnim sɛ yɛstarte asɛm no beginning no nea a yɛde yɛ sika yɛ bia no yɛka no in advance na yɛde problem sɛ brɛ
Miss Ansa Fifi. Na Emma say and anywhere no be shase. Obusa say we say scanner e be PayPal.
ɛno no deɛ yɛbɛstarte a yɛbɛma announcement ne a yɛho adwuma
Nti Fifi
whenever
Godfather.
sesia ne deɛ yɛserɛ patwɔ meba sesia ne deɛ yɛmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛwura hye biribiaa a yɛbɛkɔ akɔtim because yɛ sikasɛm na nnipa ne ɛne ɔmo yɛ adeɛ nti sesia no one adeɛ a yɛkyerɛ ne sɛ ɛba sika no a wɔwɔ bi accountable two sɛ na nahweme wayɛ adeɛ from ɛna ne nansa yi sɛ one city bɛtɔ mu kora mpo no a ɔka ma obi ate sɛ one city aba bɛtɔ mu balance no so waka nti adeɛ a yɛde yɛ no yɛserɛ yɛtumi de yɛ na ɛsucceed a yɛbɛba ne yɛbɛbɔ ma amanneɛ sɛ ɛba ne sɛ yɛde video evidence picture evidence anaasɛ voice evidence koraa na yɛde bɛto so krampo no a yɛbɛma ama mo mahu sɛ mo teku anaa mo sempua no ade wei na yɛde yɛyɛ because yɛmpɛ sɛ even though a yɛnyɛ ne yɛka ho asɛmpa kyerɛ daa bi yɛsrɛ mo sesia ne deɛ mpɛ sɛ bɛyɛ ne saa sesia ne deɛ yɛyɛ adwuma wɔ sum so da adeɛ bɛkye no na ɔmahu sɛ yɛsi dan ne de dada sɛ yɛbubu dan so ɛpɛ sɛ yɛbubu dan no wɔ sum adeɛ bɛkye no wahu sɛ dan no nni hɔ ɛno ano no adeɛ no saa ne yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ no nti yɛsrɛ mo sesia ne deɛ biribiara na yɛbɛyɛ biribiara pɛpɛɛpɛ kakra yɛnhyɛ ade kwan yɛde yɛ until say I didn't be succeed. Yes, Remo. Inti mo bear with us. Musika so na yede ya de no inti yes Remo. Munya mreka kramai why. But bibie mu na shimi de ono no ya accountable ne nkwa ne ye okay. Yes Remo.
there will be a lot of private doings mon fanche sa basa ba masa so ayenye esremo private doing ne be more pan esremo ne bi
your mistakes na previously no yesterday yan for no ye ka nyuma ansa na yeba be ye nti na mo mutumi prepare counter ye se ne ye pese ya attack ye pese ye bibia ye pese ye ansa na omukro meni ada wo ho so nti de bi o me late yesremo pa yesremo ba ye da obi bia se ya mo amutua mo amuntua mo so ama plan se mutua because ye nwie ye we beginning into yesramo kakran sesi ani de na shimi account no on close here dabi kaka mbetuma start waso se mutua obe account but sesi ani de nia kwinema de ama ma mebrempoma no na 30,000 no sesi ayensaka nti ano de call for that project na mode beba later on 50 sesi koni na na shimi be account for no aye bibia pepepe se ye be se ye fa ye bibia ye be kire se o se si aso ye sanje se e dia kwakwa ye bibi na muni na no resource ne ba ade ne e ba be ye ne ye nka nche mansa ba ye wia ya ka bibia hwem why pacho muni na munim se ye kan insem at first no ye start se ye kan no ye kan entam ni issue ye kan na ma e di insem ba oh, they were prepared. Nanka in time we nanka yanka nanka at least home a bet you surprise. But in name no we learn from mistakes and be bia wire or brain point and say what succeeding in life no they learn from their mistakes and they move ahead. When you don't learn from your mistakes then technically you are a fool. So yes Ramo, we are learning from our mistakes and yes Ramo senti bear with us. Sikasem.
Your godfather made a sibebre. Me pamocho mama me just 1 minute na menye addition ye. Okay, so anope me ba out be boy and now more send it after time I me go share ye mama no. Intina ye kabo mo ananka kai 2,770 na ya pim target no but says ya no payment a menya no kabo mo 1,702.50 dollars and a 2,270 na me kabo mo menya 3,972 na chese me timi 2,770 na nka me hia kasika ne ho na team legal wife for ya exceed your budget of 30,000 with 1,702 cedis madam wasinya me shra mo baby biara obie yi sika fi bia no nyame hye hono mo ma emma mo madam wasi bebre madam wasinya me shra mo enti team legal wife ma sister Emma wo be fam waso ama me na chere say ya exceed your budget ne kra with 1,702 cedis enti me pamocho more balance in credits with me is 1,702 cedis medase queen madam wasi bebre.
Yes, yeah, that was Sibibre, Nashmi, Yamin our broken heart angel, yeah, that's Sibibre. We are too accurate, yeah, that's Yamin Shaw. I mean, who didn't hear what's your opinion that for our Brian for Uncle dear, and Rebecca was some back door. Yamin Shaw, you know. Chona himself,
me not one form of force himself and Casawa, yes, so
making those mom, himself, out to a certain submission.
Okay, like the base in America, I'm among some my own fact findings on the ruling of Beno. And in fact, any don't know why the woman among some may hit Kakra because the inconsistency in the judgment was too much. But one thing I am say, I'm a man who said most Ghanaian lawyers are not learning, or it's either they support the corrupt system in the country. So me find is here, and one is me or yes. So Ushema, your ruler a governed foreign document. So one of the foreign documents are a bar app, me certificate no so. The letter that was issued by the German embassy in Ghana, signed, and then they had, I don't think they had a stamp, but it was signed by their legal head. You know, we issue a communique say, Mame Akosua Serwaa, any daddy lumba worry. So it's a prime evidence. And in submitting Yemenina, I learned it was attached to it. So as a judge, say we find a problem on authenticating of someone's certificate. The what do you call it? The letter alone was a confirmation. And please, me say I focus say it was not stamped and those things. Woko offices be omo letters no. Nipa no sign no. So ma certify no kwa. Sometimes who here say obesan so the stamp so. mostly the document ni moving from country to another country in a use stamp. In this case no letter na efi German embassy na buy no ebi kura na stamp me efi kakra ba na enya stamp the kra since it was signed by an official yama na atena wo no it's a document anka eno nko a etimi confirming the marriage. Because in this state no the whole judgment na buy no ma me na ntimi anka say aware ni wo no ka say yentimi authenticate certificate or not beji aware na tum, but there is no proper documentation than an embassy of origin ka say couples too no mo ware o mo da so ware we system nti I want to say misapplied section of 128 in a court to the section 26 of the Evidence Act no and also judge no too high and when you be money per se say would be bia ba baby a card ba ku bi by say judge no tell some no per se say o to say nimpa ntimi mfom nti wa set bar no so who prove wasem no to the limit, which in a way no would call unfair justice because if you are the crop back on me and say ade no asem na wo kan me say another point I no can say the importance of 4 and say burden of proof. So we just anymore read a way no judgment on the by no say the burden was on to us to prove our marriage through our certification. But mayam enam so mayam yeni say as a judge wote akonyo no no it is not your duty to authenticate someone's document. You just rule on what you have, like what they have been presented to you. But niye de ba ya no ya wo judge no have an issue with it too. Another party in there have an issue with ade anya de ba court. Into for example ya ba no say declare say nyankwa na ye yedi aseme basa na o se yenye ya dance sema enam so a ye digina say yes ade maye nti ye prove no eno na yede baaye that is the burden of proof of onto us yede baaye no ena obi raise an objection say ade yede aba no onjintu the moment anybody raises an objection na wo so mu no now the burden of proof shifts from us to you the person that you are arguing on the document or you have an issue with the document. But in the judgment you can see say the judge rather still stood on his ground, says still it is the burden of proof is on to us to still prove. Meanwhile we whatever we need to prove our case in the buy and an impana no ya in the car some see on gin too. In the senate make an akoba say me ma to me car na me san kra me papers me di gin no be so say sa car kro na ya ne dia. But no onika na picture, ono onika no document, ano oni bibia. Now so me dey na me kura mu na still nipa no tena asam no so ne say me dey na nya papa. Fine, yan fa ne say nipa ne dey no so nya papa. Judge no ka say ono aso koye no investigation ono o ka say ade e de ba court ne nya papa. In the law court, ye ni bibia e fa ne say judge koye investigation wo baby no abaka asem a che court. Court it's me inviting Crawford into a technical way of the witness that the judge said we couldn't provide to authenticate or explain our certificate. The same way, no, and we send all you see say Papa Nyako found which is teacher Kantanka, Eba no be church the same way, no, and as a judge and can also be me subpoena obi to come and authenticate the certificate. The reason why on original say your papa no or some common san hypocrite obejina court. No or church, not both parties, no more questions or mubisa. Yan a back door, now what the results now by Ebanesana, it's unfair justice completely. So that's been in his judgment, you know, it's a complete error of our laws. Because I made the document qua into Momosha, minimum be our casa system that starts as system into Koba, Obia, oh yeah, indenture and or registered documents, no muina, they are called to the court of law to explain and give evidences to it. Inti ye ni ade a ye no e wo back door like ono kano eni mbremu bebia. 2 aware a ejina ye valid no a wo awugitum say bia ye valid ba nipa na ntimi anka ho asɛm no saa aware no won really wo so a wontimi nyi saa aware no mfi wo emfa aware no mbambato customary marriage mienu so you should rule on it. So it's either woka say aware no invalid or aware no gu. That is the job of who the judge. It is not you the judge that you come and say because of obedient to me. So woka say nipa ntimi improving aware na eche say aware no e da say wo ba nipa na hu na asam kai and as say ni wo e wo no wa ntimi ankyerem because in your statement ya baby ani wo woka say aware ni wo you admit say aware no wo ho ba nipa na ntimi a improve aware no improving aware no when you see say certificate ni efiko wo say certificate na ntimi anko the necessary steps. So meaning the marriage is still valid. So how do you now cross the valid and come and talk about you can say customer? As in our law, you can't apply an ordinance law as a customary law. And see, say it's now on a share judgment in me. Judge no see asam no. Oguviye ba baby a enam so ma nkofo boni nsem no muntie o eye baby a enam say or you see the word authentication into people are just looking at that side. People are not picking the whole judgment to look at what really transpired. Because omunyaka so we document no must endimu a inte chese waseme yeda wrong because document na endimu no ya wade e ma document endimu document na efi embassy wo Germany, you know, it had their seal, their stamps and everything. Inter qualified to have an issue or qualify say beka wan asem wa ha say. Ubetimi aka say bia we nya one document bi am support but eno ne nchese na de na the ba court na nya papa. And in our evidence act no ye wo law we ka say ade bia nimpa na de aba no wo judge wutimi som edidi wasem. Inti wo som na wo didi wasem no obi wo dare wo ho a nipa no wo problem wo so no ono. But in the whole of judgment, you know, you say lawyer need judge need to make us say ebusu paying lawyers and also do bronim lawyers. Omode evidence is VHS say ade na nya papa e baaye. So therefore no judge we here then na we ka say obi na de ono de aba onim say ya papa no we here then na we ka say nya papa. Because law bi am back o. Asem na yekodi yan no tinti na ni tete anu no. We ono nka say awore ni wo. E na obi so aba obi a ono ni krom omo jinsa aware ni tum no which is the foreign land no omo ware no omo ankasa babontin ebe issue a communique which is a primary evidence so come omo say a primary de facto evidence even more than the certificate because certificate say na wo ka say omo betimi aforge no obi litimi nko forge embassy omo letter of confirmation of marriage. So the judge could have easily used the document alone that the German embassy in Ghana released to rule this matter even without the certification issue. Into like me, no, I feel like we should go for this appeal. We should go appeal no so ade am and then he says so judge ba ko na obeti me influence na you can't influence 3 judges at a go.
Himself.
Yes, madam.
Nice. Yes, person judge ne say ma me certificate na nya papa na sesen.
Initially no went me and cast fake or no went me and cast papa or no say procedure into no technical into what the law man won't mean use procedure and two obi assignment tunchin into na o almost say technicalities from the case no
na say I kusika say okofo obi ama na be ginemu abe kasa
e wono so I want to muntie na me so me fi say betimi use no as an evidence but na eteni say in law say judge ka say oh yeah say dey we dey ye na wo lawyer na wona mo no nim say eno na ebebo asem na okote judge a wo komblema enimu sa. That is why the judge played like on that angle because on him say who subpoena na that chikro confess asem na ba shut down holy water because it's like I know the right thing to do na mama obi convince me that I shouldn't do this. But also what I say, nti no cry dey enfa ho. Ne ehia ni say ade ne wo ho, aware ne wo ho. Authentication na wo say by no so it is your word against my word. And a judge no wentimi ama good reasons bia ehun say nti baby oka say since yen foreign expert one be church Germany no ma in 70 onu ni use Ghana my dear we can say how I na worry certificate na dey on or dey den or dey ka asem no we say lawyer kusi ko no che how bibia didi mu eche also uses our documents now. We have a like a good case. Like me, that is what I want to say in short. We had a good case. The judge aired in so many angles because now waboni timu pose adie we say na pese ekowie wo draw because obi na warrior eda sugina embassy a confirm say warrior no ho untimi ntwa say warrior mu na wonfa na warrior no mbeto ye kan say customary mu ye nya ne sa na wabeka say no ne relief sa wankasa wodema.
Nurse himself and the kwakwa say maame ne say auntie Akosua certificate no enya papa na say opeso kire say
wankasa enya papa o opeso kire say ehun say enya so yekohwe no ehun nya yekohwehwe mu no we so say baby omo say maame na asem ma no German embassy in both in Germany and in Ghana foreign affairs ministry omo ha say we when him say no moye no they just on your stamp no so mudi see inyama na maame ne de ba ni through just a confirmation letter say oh ade fi ha document ne fi ha na eba Ghana sa de ba ko na nte ka say technicality sa de ba ko sa letter ba ko na omo enya nka ho no eno so wo ko mo say o so nya stamp enya stamp obi antimi
then what stopped the judge from verifying all those information na ye de brand no and then
na
e was say ko friend na ko busa say document the no kra na divorce what stopped the judge from doing her job
no e say me cheche nsamu enye judge na adwuma ni say mpocho mu ntie mi o enye judge na adwuma so no obeka ko fro bi obeka wasa ma ye wo de nti the reason why most of the lawyers are saying maybe a lawyer Kusi should have stood his grounds and do what he feels to be best for his case. And they say, lawyer, you're not to obey to me at China again, but not China again, or Fan as a woman, because one of the was a backward, but just what I say. But I dear Emma, Yasami a day, Paye, Yenya document from German embassy in Ghana. Muntio, German embassy in Ghana, no, or what to send you, or what to Germany, or more casem. Into amono to close no mu issue communica it hold weight into sawaka say bia document na ma me ne ba court no amfa wo won into one for we ni ehu a we dey ono tini krom na ode aba ono ankasa aba but so what ma say because document we say amfa wo nte betimi aba say stamp ni su ni sa ya ma na ade na nya papa accepted but communica na ono German business release wa ha no so eno no so in evidence you can admit it. So the judge decided not to.
Or say they didn't want admit this document now.
And no one found back. And no make us say one no one first let them bank. No. She based only on the certificate. One first let now as a man baby.
Yes, a letter na ebedi mu no. And no they were about to.
It's Musha Ninsem Kenu or court in podcast say call Ghana embassy in Pony letter be on muches. Oh, I did if you have crying at the bar, yeah. Opeso man asem ye de say oh omo try as of some nyam bibia na de bia no omo ntimi amfa mba nti onu ntimi ndi asem no say the so di no
himself if German embassy wa Ghana no eno na ebe boa to authenticate na no de wa anya antumnya sa
na no answer and place wait on it. I will say to you, yeah, what the was some kokota your judge bo person will certify all criteria. But sometimes in certify all your criteria, no, within time frame you can't do it. Until the law no say me nipa no ordinance ma ban as evidence is not open. Me no watertight too much. But this judge did that or no ya no watertight such a way I won't me pon home what must say just when you na body no kwade me why dey mean jintu enu ti na appeal wo no and appeal na o hye san ya mani na say sa de na judge no ye no all the evidence ni ko see to the ceiling no affected judgment na which is yes affected
himself adentina time a wo dey asem ni sha na letter na ya koje fi German embassy won wonyintum na fe so be so akofo obi amana be testify so ka chen se wonyan na wadwene ne se na pese o kire se
send ni na interview ni aye the conduct ni na ultimate file count as the conduct of
me ba to obi wa o kuma se ana me pese me den kra soma wo me pese me den kra soma wo ko Dorinda ho Dorinda you such a stupid judge and I will not apologize. You such a stupid motherfucker judge. I will not apologize. And this goes to your husband and your family. Tell ma unim seta ma mudi di asem ni sha lawyer kusi so okofa obi ama na ba beta ama na ba be ka asem no wo ka chen se wonyai letter ye kofa free German embassy so I want admit letter no who pesa wo kire say you so stupid you use your office to abuse Akosua Serwaa and this makes you a very stupid judge for abusing Akosua Serwaa. You abuse this woman. You use your office as a judge in Kumasi to abuse this woman by stopping them from bringing somebody who can provide the evidence that you needed. You told lawyer Kusi to stop that person from coming because you knew what you were going to do. You're such a stupid woman, and I will never apologize. You knew what you wanted to do. That's why you stopped this person to coming over to testify. Lawyer, I'm Judge Dorinda Arthur. You're so stupid. You're very abusive judge. I don't know who put you over there. You're such an abusive judge who is in Kumasi, who did this stupid thing to Akosua Serwaa. You abuse this woman, and you claim to be a Christian. You claim to be an SDA person. You're such a shameless bitch. You're such a shameless bitch. You and your family, your kids and everybody in your life, your mother, your father, you're so stupid, and I will never apologize. In the name of your SDA church, I will never apologize to this. In the name of your office, I will never apologize. You're such a stupid motherfucker. If anybody is here who is in Kumasi, I'm sending this message to you to send it over to Dorinda Arthur that she's so very stupid, and I will never apologize. I'm telling you, I will never apologize to this insult that you are very stupid. You are an abusive judge. You abuse this woman by stopping lawyer Kusi from bringing a witness and by not putting light or sharing light onto the letter that we submitted to you from the German embassy in Ghana. You never spoke about it. You
It's like in my own finance, that is what I found about. And what they call Loma, there are so many infringements or cause unfair judgment. Because when to me, obi allegation, then nipa no allegation, where the burden of proof no there any allegation. If one nipa no then as about no document abano, still watch us on some prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Ono na one of the big two when you know nti no na wo hwe so be me dey mad sama call na me dey make papers akọ no be am be ka say papers no man so ho a obi be no be ka say man so ho so che obi bi adenti aye man so nti e court na e ka asase sem say a obi akra the document no dey ka say mo yen say nipa ba ko nkra document o be jan court no o say asase na me dey because me ko turn the face ba me yen scan yen dencha yen ne sa also with me dey obi ba that is the burden of proof shift na when me anya no when to me I shift to the burden of proof, and no crown I am a see. And then I am a see in all this situation. Yeah, madam.
Patrol, explanation, and I'm person can be kakra. Well, say a friend is saying, starting of the case, judge, I can say on fight injunction to funeral and so, but obedi assembly sana yena ba yes sir.
Patrai.
Good. Until right from the start, the judge was already manipulated by some upper hand. To me, because say also the case, now the injunction to idea so. You should know where you are going before you say me find injunction to so and I'm the injunction better so. And then number one, number two. Who do Fifi now who say I don't know here authentication so then we here no. O ka che lawyer Kusi say enye hwe e be take time you wo betimi adi asem na anyway no. Ho no twetwema so kakra che say na che say wo no menti ase. What shada na say who person obi na atwa. I don't understand this thing. It doesn't sound right in my ears. The more I think about it, it sounded mommy. Because you could have extended the time to like a week or 2 or 3 and put the injunction and tell them, say, this is the reason why and that. So I'm bringing back the injunction. So you guys can use the funeral to the you know what I mean to me, because this is a crucial case. Now but no, they didn't. Hey, I'm on life. Please take your wahala away.
enti mpacho me hono menti ase me nyansa monument me judge na say say be take 1 month kwa just extend it. It doesn't matter. Lumba na mu ye be see next year anyway. So what's the point? Because one kasa o catch lawyer kusi say say we anye de be judgment in the January. So what was the point of let us know now the threaten lawyer kusi and answer saying me menti ase cheche menti ase
and I don't know a part of me can say the first time me know ya de na me no sesre I to say me no sesre na we afi ho kakra ntim I say me udi agroba me a meka so no what happened was so we say first time in case so it's my assumption in case no kre but first time me person me say ade but all along ya me nyanya ade a me say because at a point someone follow.
That's SDND now, SDND by 4 because
but don't me no. At a point,
just a trap.
Yeah, so we follow process now. I think some reports no crown me all news din kind by kind say as far as a judge what documents in our evidence that and one on our same thing there is nothing wrong about say your papa and I say your papa no as far as a wajia tumuno. But in the ruling or some because on ever since or rejected certificate before ombe induction asem no yentimi fa certificate original semba court da. So I was surprised. I was like inti who say omo planning so what yes I don't know argument in the bar Sada na pano odobroni nkofo ni gina asese no ade na ye papa ntikot nkran den onje like monji ntum kra na omba asam ningu ena wo jeje wo ka say no enye we omo adwuma ni say omo na omba che say ade papa na say enye papa nti wa obi ka akohwehwe mu wono na in law me dey little understanding ba me bi say nkofo kakra in law judge ntimi nka say makofre embassy omo say ade ni wonti ade na enye papa dabi o say ni pakon usupina no maneba court na obeche reason why ade we ya yehu certificate no so ana yehu document no so no enam so ma enye papa ama cross examination questions bi wo wa omo so omo dia omo asem ban no omo etimi aka wasem. So me the judge really did something that mean be that because obina ordinary samaba ono the certificate aba o judge no an expert to see a good certificate or a bad certificate. All you need is what is being presented in front of you. And in law upon so what they kono bia ending hu echindia ya de ka asem because you have the opportunity say obedi agenu echindie na wa ukedi agenu echindie no in law you feel there be burden of proof. The burden of proof now shifts from the personal ordinary evidence number to you that you are alleging. But in all the rulings and in all the statements, some other parties more disputed the fact of the certificate. Omo intimi anfa evidence bia na so say bibia chese ade na meme de aba na enya papa. Ba wo judge wo se wo apa wo mama pa ho. Eno na ema ya me na wo ne ho ade na ode ba ya ne app. Like mentias here into me na pesa anopa no na pesa me bisa all news say sada na judge ne ka sa atem no o ka say ade no wage atum a o ko fro bi ana say o ka say investigation no obey ne dem because that was the report na e wo omom ko sa ade no mo say judge si oboka ko hihye mu ba law so yen ko hihye court nsi asem echi ko hihye asem private or the nipa no ba court ama nipa na testify in ruling when to me anche say wo ko frɛ the embassy SYZ number ni nipa na friend ni din how authenticate how who say ade papa we really need na when to me afasa ade ni number mu. So how do you call someone's document on ade aba say fake and as we say uji to me because one follow proper certification. So like me basically I feel we have a good case
himself. They just wanted the lady to do some of the kuna. That's all.
Me who they say judgment no crampo no. It was all about saying ka omobeka say odobro nyinko na yeyure. Sa na me who judgment no. O hwa sa na mo plan ye saying ka ibebo ma me na sem no cruel to ego so wonya yure. Na nko odobro nyinko ayure but omo blame say lawyer Kusiko fa obi ma na be treacher warwe mu no. E ho na meka say
me defend ya say me defend ya. I no na e
nyame na boa ye wo me hu ne sa asem ye ko no said asem we aye he na say verdict ne ba yiwe na asem no obie pemu atie yie na menim se nkunimdie ne ba ene beba boom 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 ode awar obetra aware ni mu nipa ne sign chere aware jaye mu and we all know say yes sa na mo keka say o mo se ma me ne de nsa koye aware go nsuso no yegu ni nkuro say ye tu nsa guso inti say ne yente say ma me Akosua aware jaye no abusuafo bi tu nsa egu so inti papa ne be chere mu no ene na emma omokrampo hu say ene abusua panyin na nkasa krampo hu say agesa aware no
so me ntwa no let's say yeah team mami Akosua Serwaa let's state the fact say be obi a oye neutral no beti ase say mama wan fan say bi anko
aha
omo kan de omo no settings no omo ye so what you say
yeah material o kana say enti ano
woni funny thing pinki min chawa no science na asem nimpo no say just yesterday da Ebenezer no opatna TV so and Captain San Bisano no say muntie o say ono Faustina ka cha ne say maame muntie o say maame ne din sanu suma obi so amfambra no o de bra no ena dadi sugye ena o ko tu fie nti aware gu bia krampo ni won in the first place
na even crash aware gu bia kren say san kwalumba je kotu ni fie krampo na still na kranya aware gu cause abusuafobia antina se antutu nsan gu bibia so te no kranya aware gu nti no na abusua panyi krampo no sa aware no kwaye buma odobro nyi nkwa krampo na ana nkabusua panyi ana se ka so mumienu nkwa krampo no kabusua panyi be ka say ne maame ne de nsa bae nti aware ne ye ono no onya oyrebio but because yant na se ngu ni nkuro ni ntino abusua panyi se ono oni se wo maame na semu cause asha se no so maame ne yere but asem no eno na mani hu se maame ne yere because ono abusua panyi no onte ni baby a se omotutu nsa gu omawore jaye no so etimi hu ne se papa na oyakoside ne baaye no obeboaye big time nti amara mo ka se ni say no omunja
enu mi ntwa no enu nti na ma judge no entimi ma Akosua enfiri mu completely no
yeah because of that evidence na eba mo nti no
na me can say
na ya ade so
one thing is say because na me kai say na me ni obi di hu ko nipa ne ye into law and o ka say senka lawyer ne judge ne ka senka ma lawyer kusi ha ne ho enkofo obi den no senka bia odwen sa time no na won senka bia lawyer ne kusi consider time no o ka say wo dey still no obe fani pana
ka say won dey lawyer kusi
any be 10 years crime so no ma di asem na wie krampo na judge ne ntwen no boa ne evidence ne bibia amra nti e bia no into no fall for eno no flat eno na bia be kasa okan na woje tu mu simple say bia bia judge no be try so be consider ni maybe because Ghana na ye wo no nti bia o be consider ni maybe
yeah it that being said no they say no media me feel say ye etwemu no ye de asua nyansa say wo say ye ma ye ni da ho na enuoma na ma me ni trotro wo krata animu no especially concerning how to authenticate document no was say your bomodi na say na ye ko appeal no ye de ba Akosua certificate no ekọ baby pro na was say ye de ko no na ye ko authenticate no whoever ye benya bia ye fa e de ka ho say extra lawyer to say de ye
maybe when he say sa e ho no nyina no ye njai ma lawyer no na sa brain me ba na sa brain no ye focus wo de maame na ye no nyama maame no aye because as it stands now ebi mo hye ebi mutimu say maame no enejai lumba si baby
anya maame ni enejai lumba da okay na me ka we nso de si so Queenema Andra I think say na me ka something about GoFundMe no na ye ka say Ashanti Queen mo aye bi me ko check ye GoFundMe na Ashanti Queen mo aye no eno ye according to say ye gigi scammer which is also GoFundMe but then na me can say enka yem bie sa international GoFundMe na enkrofo hiamboa ye bie no website one according to say petition yi de no yem bie enu bi eno no akata for people from different nationalities krampo na omu ni mabasa asem we no so omu no mu media they can contribute because they are steady petition na yeah no say for $2 $20 now more than accumulating amount right now is about over $10,000 in posts saying it is a be go fund me be this on the side now other nationalities and now be poor on team ba TikTok illegal team no ono nso betimi akwa contribute kitwa bien so what you say na ya dey no saba be support and I think say narrative na ya tro e wo petition ni ho no yemfa the same narrative no na yemfa bi nka ho na empanimfo na mu wo legal team no ba ko nkodi animu na mu bie e wo go fan ni ho no na afi ye nyina ye nhyase posti anybody else can contribute because obi obi na wo Ghana for penny what acquire yourself zika for Ghana to sell limfi ne the others no so obi me find so we broni na so we passionate about this and on trust so akwa send this car akwa koma obi on the phone so but they can easily click on GoFundMe page no find a credit card or whatsoever the mean is find entia intimesremo who might really consider that will not take away the fact say you better sika one channel but that will give us the chance for a whole lot of people to also contribute. And then I'm a person, Rebecca. Madam was say,
na mpamocho me
mpamocho me kakro na me send for my ma wa po me mpamocho me nya code into me kasa na onya won fan chem wa po me
call your call
mpamocho team legal wives mpamocho me sramo lawyer kusi wa ya adwuma ebinim de we mo ba she papa na enyo I mean the man did a great job. I did when I was 8 days and on the D case when you 8 days case so it's almost like I say about 3 months to cry I can't you understand you too but people still don't understand the man say no why you mistake hey do you like the all night or be study paperwork you know he did a great job. We need to stop saying all these. I mean, what is it? We need to support him instead of we trying to trashing him down and all that. And that second the judge why you know jumo the maranata besi aban oye kwadwofo papa because why you know juma oh no they want na we di Canada assembly that don baby all ko it not tell no they work kasa na work na ka wolu bonkro na journey ni ho because when they from beginning of the case now we are planning what she's going to do and she did what she was planning why until the new kuna assembly do ko ho the civil marriage and all the kuna e kuna no so nyanu kuna onyo no hihye kuna it no ya me wan the judge na tsna ho na aye enyi ho adwuma day na edwo verdict about to abana I thought it was 70 page am I wrong but me 45 so what is it why you adwuma
it's 49
is it 49 okay 49
from 74 to 49 well
you see what I'm talking about why you adwuma
no sa 49 no na ten kwa po say omukwaji hard copy no I was saying, "Rana lawyer, cause it be a font na nimpa no de a printy way na man yes sir. But so mo kwaji hard copy net sir. That judgment can officially be thrown out of court because a public knowledge say ade na wo de ba ye no. Na che say wa kwotena say akohwe sam bi ebe boa ne wa be kan abonte na wa tro aba. Also this that 70 ni na wo de ba. Me hu ni na pepe ba I feel like e be adam pages na e film ne be ye interview no one-on-one interviews no because mostly total judgments na yeah no can na form the pages in per se omunya the hard copy no dey confirmation answer and cross examination is part of the court record or medical judgment no
so yeah when she says that she's going to verify from the German embassy then she didn't do it and who read it, I forgot the page or the shame say 2000 and something or did the same case no more can say woman but I think it's in there if I'm not mistaken. If somebody can why can't you why who confirm woman a woman but did you do it? You did not. This
but
is
it depends on the case. This involves their two nationals
exactly.
And they have to come and
they are citizens, German citizens, so I don't get it. And the lady knows the Akosua Serwaa marriage certificate is authentic. I'm telling you, and I will stand here and I will defend it. But it was planned. It was planned to say some Obama girl do kuna. The girl idea where you kuna. Yes, you have to kuna anko. And you kuna semna here. Pa you see declare say you need the legit wife. And I will call you kuna. Kuna de say ki di no asante hene ho. Itimi ko di kuna ka no ho. Omo kwa ahimfie say kuna kwa de ankama say wan ko obedi atum kuna. Ma maami ahwe nyame animu abu atamuchia. I don't know. She did not do any job. She doesn't need to be paid. And so see you're trying to cow. And this lady, me said, 2003.
So when job
yeah, and I heard that 2013 she did the same thing. Well, I worry some sort of my side check is to the unusual. On was marriage is not a law. That's what she's saying.
The confirmed twice she was trying to bring in that deception issues and
you see? Yes.
Who deserted who? Who
Daddy
and
Lumba.
what a matrimonial home?
Yeah, Daddy Lumba.
Exactly. Papa and I went on the side chick for Ghana. And I
was based on this thing on say Bampam Chompa some biso maybe on news on news. On news.
Me patro mama me media me ba say mama encouraging lawyer Kusi. He did a great job and he did a fantastic job. He did a fantastic job. This job was not 8 days job. It was almost like it takes us 3 months or sometimes more than that to do it like international isano. And 8 days case so. But lawyer Kusi stay awake and did all the paperwork and do all the mistake or back cross to check all that. He did an amazing and fabulous job. We need to give him a credit. And me here, I salute him 150% that he did amazing job and I'm proud of him. That's it. I'm down. That's it.
Okay. Sis, I think say Omo Bashi lawyer Kisino, Omo nye team legal wives. But
some of them, I know what I'm talking about, and I pay my call blast will be on his royal page. Menina my his royal ye in his form.
Like Momo Bian worry. See, you say we all have divided opinions, right? That is one thing I want our group to understand. We all have divided opinions, and if someone is speaking that way, it depends on what's on no information on no crime I'm so
because we don't want to learn.
No, yeah, mind you, before the judgment, the whole point was uncle some yes I did learn to some yes I did until intimate I say all news me cry say no seriously. All my doubts went off when I saw the interview from Kusi on the last day, and then what all news also told me. Because possible so people court on cry I did be a HS or your way. So what am I say? But me pamacho more about the lawyers no. I would only support say me here a good lawyer over there to help her fast track whatever documentations that she may need now. Right. But in Ghana here, I don't think we need any extra lawyer.
I'm telling you.
From my view, because you're here litigation and situational lawyer could see woman. We an international lawyer be aware experiences similar thing. If you a woman, what is that same way command 10 or 20 best lawyers in Ghana, they can find themselves in this. Because they are not talking law, they are talking technicalities. Really asem no. And in law, it comes down. I'm saying lawyer crab up no can say what is asem you kwa first no be abe be saying say o marriage certificate when because dey say obi nya akukudro ba court ba catch say o marriage certificate enya papa na ya ka kofu for sa technicalities sem ni na aba so what I say so it was just the battle that was going on social media and they inform me clients ba kono call for munya vim ebe yes ade no court because in their minds they first say am na worry we twem no we be Ghana secretly so what I say into strategy into I know ya ambush no lawyer because what was some kwa obi a lawyer bi akokota and the prime evidence e kura here the certificate what in the certificate e valid into as far as am meet me prove here no there that legality secret na one trust me just a lawyer bi a we this assembly that technicality scenario no and mind you lawyers no they learn on case they also learn so me Ghana had there. I don't know
himself
there, but I had there.
Himself.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm not saying he said lawyer Akosua is not good. I'm not saying that. But there will be a friend oversight or there's nothing wrong with another lawyer being part of this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No, I didn't say that song. That is why I said if you are getting it from Germany to assist, fine.
Yes,
but
we need that. As for that one, we need it because
in Ghana,
now free Germany. Whatever Akosua is doing in Ghana, he himself is supposed to know how as well.
If I may come in a bit, I beg you, I know we all want to, but I want to take your minds back to the days in court. I've been listening into me being my laptop, and I've tried to get some of the interviews and the key questions that I asked Lawyer Akosua. If you were time, I want us to listen to about 3 different videos. I'll play it on my laptop. Then we'll
yes, we have time.
Because me personally, I've been because me
now no pay crime because you lose said that
because
be on here.
Yeah, because you see, my personally, I have a certain posture. Say at least, I don't know, my Akosua say what the or the video be by, and you know, say after court ruling, you know, some people also attempted to have themselves vindicated in the public. Other platforms, when people are still going to other platforms, and I feel like the focus should be there because the court issues should be left to the lawyers, and those of us who have other technical reasoning or the technical know-how, anything that can help the case, should channel it back door and make sure say and case. So rather than us waiting, because one. I have been saying this since day one. Say there are 3 courts. There were court of public opinion. Now people are now doing the court of public opinion more because ruling about out, so that you be easy the pressure on Lawyer Akosua kakra. Now allow no to have an open mind to do the case, even though he himself has conducted a number of interviews near there. But I think that beyond that, he should be allowed to settle, to handle the matter. I am sure other lawyers are with him and they are all combing judgment nearby, trying to find the grounds. So these are the things I don't want to see. Until I may try say may stay away from our conversation, and I might encourage you be I say let's not be doing that. If you have other information, let's find a way to get it to him back door.